Hey, what's up guys? Hunter Sales here in Saginaw Bay in Michigan. I want to talk about this guy. My second place finish in the BFL on Cherokee Lake last Saturday. I wanted to give you guys some tricks as far as what was working for me and talk about my practice video that I put out last week. Guys, if you watch that video, you'll see that I didn't catch very many fish, but it was the pieces of the puzzle that I needed to go forward in practice, and it was just as successful as the first day of practice as it could have been. You know, everybody has rough practices, but there's always tips and stuff you can pick up from that day to help you put the puzzle together going forward. In that video, I ended up catching a couple spotted bass on a swim jig, and there were some birds on the bank. If you watched it, clued me into the fact that there might be a lingering shad spawn. So the second morning of practice, I actually started looking for a shad spawn, and sure enough, it was going on. And so I pretty much knew, you know, the first hour of my day was going to be spent throwing a white swim jig and a spinner bait around a shad spawn deal. In the tournament, that actually played out really well. I probably had 11 keepers in the first hour. They were all spotted bass, but you know, it gave me a good starting point to go searching the rest of the day. Kind of the rest of my practice, what I did is I looked for areas like where you saw the one I caught on a poplar. Even though it was little, you know, it was an area where there were cicadas up shallow and there were bluegill eating those cicadas. And so I had a feeling if I got around some of that, you know, I could get bit. I looked for some areas in practice I could fish deep. I caught a few fish. I actually ran some of it in the tournament, but nothing was super reliable. I don't think I ever weighed, actually I'm positive I never weighed one in on a 6XD. But what I did figure out is that if I could get around cicadas and bluegill, I could get bit in the deeper willow bushes in those pockets. So if I found a pocket with a 7 to 8 foot willow bush, cicadas and bluegill eating the cicadas, man, you could flip a green pumpkin, like I was flipping a D-bomb, and I think it really mimicked that the bluegill that was feeding on the cicada. So you could get in a pocket with all those variables together, and you could pretty much know you were going to get bit. So during practice, I found areas where I could get bit doing that. I never had a good day in practice. I never caught a 3-pounder, a lot of 2-pounders, and just a lot of bites, swings, and misses. But I knew that I could go back in the tournament and figure out how to catch those fish. So that's what I did. I ran a ton of water, ran some new water on tournament day. Ended up weighing all 4 fish, all 4 largemouth that I caught on a D-bomb, flipping shallow on a 7-11 heavy action rod with 20-pound Seaguar Tatsu. I was flipping right in the thick of that cover and pulling those fish out, man. And I mean, I never lost one. So my equipment held up great. That's always a good thing. But I also weighed in a smallmouth on a 6XD offshore, kind of a surprise. Pretty much spent the whole day culling my spotted bass that I caught first thing on the shad spawn. And doing that gave me the confidence to just say, look, I'm gonna go flip bushes all day, and if I catch 4, hopefully they'll be good ones, because I've got a limit in the box. So guys, it's just a good reminder that although practice may not be going great, you may not be catching a ton of fish, if you'll just pay attention to the little clues that you see around you, you know, as far as what's going on. A lot of times that'll help you put the pieces of the puzzle together. It did me. I want to give a huge thanks to everybody who supports me. Bass Pro Shops in Kodak, the Sevierville Tracker Marine Boat Center, Nitro Boats, Dugout Bait and Tackle, Seaguar Line. I did, Angler Tungsten. That's another thing. When I was flipping that D-bomb, I was throwing a 3/4 ounce Angler Tungsten flipping weight. That heavy weight really fell super quick and triggered some strikes. Just another blessed day on the water, guys. Love living on Cherokee Lake, Douglas Lake, getting to fish those places every day. You know, just a truly blessed day. So thanks for keeping up with me.